Your weight loss journey starts right here, like right here. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Shiana. I welcome you to my page. I create all different types of fashion, lifestyle, and beauty content. So if that interests you, then go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down below, and make sure to follow me on my other socials where you may interact with me as well. So guys, you are here because it is part 2. Now, if you didn't watch the first clip, I highly recommend watching my part 1, where I discuss my weight loss journey, as well as I answered some questions that you guys have asked me, and pretty much the timeline to where we are, well, where I am now. If that interests you, I highly recommend watching that. For this video, I'm not even about to hold y'all and lie to y'all or any of that. Like, I'm giving you the real, and the real is that we've been lied to. The fitness community has been lying to you. I'm here to tell you that you don't need the gym to lose weight. If you think you have to go out and start working out tonight, tomorrow, next month, whatever it is, you don't. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing what I ate, my meals, and tips that helped me lose weight, as well as maintain where I am at and not gain any more weight. So March 2020 is when I canceled my membership due to they closed all the facilities, so there was no point in me paying for my membership anymore. And at that point in time, I made a vow that I wasn't probably going to go back to the gym, because gyms are disgusting. I had a very traumatizing story told to me before I even started working out or even going to the gym at all. Needless to say, gyms are pretty disgusting. Like, I mean, people are nasty. It is what it is. Of course, I try to maintain me in my area when I'm in the gym and how I try to facilitate things. Like I said in my last video, I reset. This was another reset for me. I had already told myself that I needed to lose the relationship weight that I had gained, because your girl was eating, and you know what you do when you're in a relationship, you eat. So I told myself that regardless of me not having the gym in my life, I needed to work on still at least maintaining. Not only did I maintain, but I lost more. And that's when I realized that I didn't need the gym in order to lose weight. I have been told a long time ago, when I first started this weight loss journey, that it is 80% what you eat and 20% activity. So if you sit at home, you work from home, or you do anything that doesn't allow a lot of movement throughout the day, then your 20% would need to be in a gym. But if you're like me, I work retail, I stand on my feet 8 hours a day. I'm active pretty much from 7 a.m. till the time I'm going to bed. So for me, my 20% is pretty much done throughout the day. Me going to the gym was extra, and I was hungry all the time, extremely hungry, so I was always snacking, and that's why I felt like I was never able to lose weight while I was working out at the gym. I stayed at the same weight. I was 155 for the longest time. That was kind of the beginning of last year. And I wasn't as big as I was initially when I first started this weight loss journey, but I did gain weight from when I first lost all of the weight. I had told myself that I still needed to lose weight. Like, just because I'm sitting at home during COVID quarantine don't mean I could just lounge around and eat what I want, do what I want. No, I literally mentally told myself that because I'm not doing a lot of physical workouts, I still needed to remain active. So I told myself that I was going to start walking the dog. I might do inside at home workouts, which I did for a little bit, and I might also do outside workouts, which I also kind of did on my own at like the park and whatnot. Now, of course, my body is not at the point to where I want it to be, because I do need to go back in the gym and tone. This video is merely informational to let you know that you don't have to go to the gym starting out. Like, it's not necessary. Your weight loss journey starts right here, like right here. Kid you not. It can't be anywhere else but in your head, because if you're not mentally prepared for this, then you're never going to stick to getting to the point to where you want to be. I'm gonna start with the foods that I ate. I did mention my basic foods and everything that I kind of eat in my first clip, so like I said, if you want to watch that, you can. I'm gonna give you a little rundown of my food habits and what I do eat and what I don't eat. Currently, don't eat any red meat. I do intake bison every so often, but not a lot, like maybe, like I said, once or twice a year. I also try not to have fried foods. I don't drink juice. Occasionally I'll have like lemonade, but that's occasionally. I'm pretty much a water drinker. What I consist of limiting is eating out, alcohol, bread, pasta, processed foods, and dairy. So those things are what I intake on a very, very low minimum on a weekly basis. If it's dairy, it's pretty much cheese cubes or yogurt for me. I don't consume milk. We do use shredded cheese in our meals occasionally, depending on what we're eating. I said the red meat is an absolute no. I haven't eaten red meat since I've started this, so it's going on 5 years now. Now, fried foods, I say fried foods, like I don't eat like fried chicken. I eat French fries. That's pretty much the only thing fried I'll eat. Everything else is grilled. Like, anytime I'm eating out, it's grilled. Like, or maybe I'll have fried shrimp, but that's like every so often. I don't eat fried foods because of the mere fact of my body does not process these foods the way that I would want them to. So this is another positive for me, I guess, when it came to sticking to my eating routine. It was because your girl pretty much couldn't eat it anyway. It was gonna mess my stomach up. I don't know where my body just decided to shift into you can't eat any more fried foods, but it did. So anytime I eat fried foods, like, my stomach just disagrees with me. Now, I do intake Bye Bye bloat pills, but they are digestive bloat pills. I can't remember the name of the brand. They're called Bye Bye bloat pills, and I swear by them. Like, I've been using them for the past 6 to 9 months now. Ever since I've been back at work, I've been using those pills, and they have really, really helped with my digestive system, because I also can't intake a lot of lettuce. I don't know why. It just is the way it is. If I eat too much raw vegetables that are not cooked, my body does not process them the same way, so I have to cook all of my vegetables. Like I said, these are the things that I took away in the beginning, and I have in moderation now. Like, I haven't taken these out of my life, but I just will not consume them that often if I want to maintain and stick to where I'm at. And if I do, I have a balance. And we'll discuss that later on with my eating schedule. Moving on to the foods, I'm going to break them down into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so for breakfast, I'm gonna discuss the foods that I did eat in the meals that I like to prepare. So I always love having fruit. I would typically go with either just cut up fruit and put it in a bowl and have like a fruit salad. I like smoothies. I also enjoy, if I did make the little salad, I would put whipped cream on top. Now that is dairy, but it has pretty much like 0 calories, and the sugar is extremely low, so it kind of gives you like that ice cream substitute. So like, if you want something that's kind of like ice cream, but you can eat it with fruit to kind of get like your sugary sweet taste buds. Because like I said, I also didn't indulge in a lot of bread, so that means desserts as well. If it was dessert, it was like ice cream, or my girlfriend's a cookie eater, so we'll have like cookies occasionally, but that's pretty much the only sweets. I like pie, so, and I don't necessarily get pie all the time. I'm not just going to have have pie laying around the house, because if I did, I would be eating it all the time. I also had chicken sausage, because like I said, I don't eat pork, so I love me some chicken sausage. Or you can have turkey sausage. I shop at Aldi's. If you're not familiar with Aldi's, they have dupes for pretty much everything at your normal grocery stores like Walmart and Kroger or whatever you shop at. And Trader Joe's is the brother company to Aldi's. They're not together, but they're similar, so they have pretty much the same type of food as well. Now, if you don't have chicken sausage, or if you're not a fan of chicken sausage, there is also turkey sausage. I also liked eggs. I love me some scrambled eggs with cheese. So a few of my lazy breakfast meals were, I like to cut up banana slices and have some peanut butter on some Ezekiel toast, just to kind of have it, to give it that little crunch flavor. Then I also would have cereal, even though it's kind of not really good for you, but if I really just wanted something on my stomach and I needed to eat, I would have a bowl of the Special K kind of cereal. Okay. So for lunch, I pretty much had snacks. I was at home during a huge portion of this, so I invested in smaller meals. This is going to be key to making sure that you're staying on track and not overeating. Smaller meals allow you to feel full but not actually be full, because you don't necessarily have to be full. That is a mental thing. That's why I said this starts in your head, because you have to keep telling your mind that you are not hungry. It's pretty much telling yourself you need to eat, but you don't need to eat a lot. This is why I say invest in small meals, because it allows you to eat more over a long period of time, tricking your body into thinking that you're having a lot of food, but you're not. So my small meals consisted of tuna salad. I would have lettuce wrap, applesauce, trail mix, cheese cubes, salads on the go, Lunchables, or I would meal prep protein bowls. That basically means I would have a meat and a vegetable. Sometimes it'll be with rice, sometimes it'll be beans, because my meat can be a protein. It doesn't necessarily have to be meat if you're a vegetarian. So if you want to have your protein be beans and rice, that's fine, and some vegetables, that's also fine, like steamed vegetables. I love me some steamed vegetables. Another snack or small meal I would have would be hummus with celery sticks, or I would make wraps with like low carb tortilla or multi-grain tortillas, or I have a veggie wrap where it gives me a little bit more vegetable servings. Okay, and then one big tip is, if I didn't know what I was going to eat, I always had a solution. So it was always fruit. If I didn't know what I was gonna have, I either had some fruit, I had some applesauce, or I had one of my little trail mix packets, which is just like the cheese, and it comes with raisins and nuts in it, and I would just eat that. If you don't have something to fall back on, then you're 9 times out of 10 gonna fall back into what you're used to doing, or what's convenient, which is going out to eat or getting something that's fatty and not really as healthy for you. You gotta have your options for substitutes for you if you are ever in a mood to where you're unsure of what you're gonna have, or you don't know, or your taste buds are kind of all over the place. Just like with us eating out, we always go to restaurants that are healthier for us, or we know that they specialize in fresh cooked food. Like, I want to go out to eat and basically have something that I will cook at home that I just didn't want to cook. That's pretty much how I live my eating out lifestyle. I always make sure that I have a plan. You don't have a plan, or you don't have a system, 9 times out of 10, it's just not gonna work, because you have to hold yourself accountable to these things. So for dinner, I pretty much focused on having a protein and a vegetable, whether that be any type of meat that I ate. So I eat fish, chicken, turkey, or I would make something. It would just be different every time. So I'm gonna give you a few meal options that I would like to create. I'm always trying to find stuff that allows me to expand my food capabilities. People typically assume that once you take something out of the equation, you're limiting yourself, but really you're allowing yourself opportunity to find something else that could be a better option for you and you may like even more. I did mention this one in my last video, which is the one sheet pan dish, where I would make chicken sausage, which is basically like the andouille sausage. I would put all different mixed vegetables steamed on one sheet pan, and I would just pop that in the oven for like an hour or so. I don't even think an hour, maybe like 45 minutes, just to let the vegetables steam down. Vegetables consisted of broccoli, I would have carrots, peppers, onions, diced potatoes, all of that on there. I did used to have tilapia. If you still want to eat tilapia, that's totally up to you, your own personal preference. And I had that with either quinoa, brown rice, or some sort of Indian rice. And if I didn't want to have meat, I would do black beans, rice, and broccoli. That's like one of my favorite go-tos. Or sometimes I'll add chickpeas to it. Another one of my favorite meals is meatloaf. My girlfriend swears by my meatloaf. I use ground turkey or ground chicken depending on what I'm in the mood for, and I would have it with like some potatoes and some corn, or we'll have peas or green beans or asparagus or something like that. Another meal option would be salmon. Aldi's has this pre-seasoned Mediterranean salmon. Oh my god, it's phenomenal. If you haven't had it, highly recommend that. Another note that I want to make, there's a lot of negativity behind potatoes, and we eat the hell out of them. I kid you not. Like, that's probably one of our main side dishes, because I'm gonna discuss more into what I'm gonna talk about next, which is my eating schedule. Potatoes are pretty much our best friend due to it being a starch and a carb for us, because we don't eat a lot. My meals consist of one huge meal and snacks throughout the day. So my breakfast is pretty much a snack, or my lunch is also a snack, or a very small version of a dinner. I try to eat to nourish my body, but not to fill my body, because like I said, it's a mental thing. So you don't want to constantly keep telling yourself that you need food, because you don't necessarily need food. You need stability and nutrition in order to survive, not actual food. With us eating potatoes, it literally allowed us to still enjoy them. We just have them in moderation. You can't just eat everything and expect change. You have to make sure that you limit yourself in some areas in order to put yourself in a state of where your body doesn't know what's going on, which goes into my next topic, intermediate fasting. Now, this is a hot topic and there's a lot of misleading information about intermediate fasting. It's not necessarily not eating at a certain point, it's how much you eat. So like I said, with me having a small breakfast, a small lunch, and a main meal at dinner, or a small breakfast, a large lunch, and a small dinner, or maybe just a snack, that is still intermediate fasting. What you're doing is telling your body that you're not consuming nearly as much food than what you have before. So it allows you to burn more than you're actually eating. So it's just tricking your mind and your body, making it think that it's getting food, but it's really not. Now, in the beginning of my weight loss, I did fasted cardio. Now, this is another way you can intermediate fast, which basically means you don't eat until after you have worked out and burned your calories in, per se, the morning or the afternoon. If you want to go to the gym, that's one thing that I did do in the beginning of my weight loss journey. I worked out in the morning, so it allowed me to go almost 12 hours without a meal, because I worked a mid shift. I worked 11 to 7, so I didn't eat until I went into work, which was around 10:30, and I worked out in the morning, which was around 7:30 to 8. With me doing that, it allowed me to burn more calories, especially with my body already digesting my food from the night before. For now, my intermediate fasting pretty much is me eating a small meal throughout the day and one large meal. That's it, because that's pretty much all I need now. And the reason why is because when I was at home during quarantine, I was not active and I was not doing a lot of the things that I was doing normally, which is burning pretty much almost 1,000 calories a day. I was working out, burning almost 500 calories, and then I was walking around at work burning 300 to 400 calories depending on what I was doing throughout the day. You have to find the balance in your lifestyle, and so my lifestyle was I needed to cut back on my eating if I'm not gonna be as active. When I did that, it allowed me to carry it into when I went back to work. Now here I am only eating small meals and one large meal, and I'm content for the day, like, because I'm not doing as much. Now when I go back to the gym, I will probably need to have a few more snacks throughout the day than what I do now. But like I said, I am not going to the gym right now, so this has worked for me to lose as much weight as I have and maintain where I'm at. Now, like I said, I do need to go back to the gym and tone, because I do feel like if I don't go back to the gym, I will start to lose more muscle, and I don't want to lose any more muscle. I am content with where my body is now. I'm just kind of playing it slow because that's how I got here. I fell in love with the process, and here I am today, able to express and share all of this information with you guys. I don't want you guys to be out here with misinformation or things that you think that you have to do when you really don't, because I honestly, like I said, I wish I knew this in the beginning, because I probably would have got to this point a lot sooner. But here I am, thankful for the process. It's taught me a lot, and this process is not over. It's still a journey. I'm still continuing this. This is never ending for me. This is my lifestyle for me. I'm not doing this for anybody else other than me. So who else is gonna hold yourself more accountable than yourself when it comes to a journey of finding what you want in life? Meal prepping is my best friend when it comes to cooking. I kid you not, I literally cannot be in the kitchen all the time. Like, I'm a lazy cook. I love to cook, but I have to be in the mood to cook. And if I'm not in the mood to cook, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna eat out, and it's so bad, but that's just the truth of it, because we're humans. So just like last week, me and my girlfriend have a Sam's Club membership. Now, if you don't have one, I highly recommend you get one, because this is how you're going to be able to cook a lot of food at once. I got us a big thing of tenders, chicken tenders, and I meal prepped meals this week. So my meals for this week was, we had pulled chicken sandwiches the beginning of this week, and I've been bringing that for lunch. So I have pulled chicken and broccoli for lunch, and then for dinner the other day I made chicken bowls, and then our last meal we're gonna have is chicken marsala, and I'll cook that with some naan bread, but I'm just using the leftover rice that I had already cooked from our power bowls. So it's just about finding the things that make you want to eat, you know, not even want to eat, make you want to eat healthy. I did mention in my last video that I have Pinterest. That's my best friend when it comes to trying to find new ideas and fresh things to cook, because it's okay to run out of things to cook. Like, you get stuck. It's up to you to get yourself out of that. So you want to really make sure that you keep your options open when it comes to your journey. Lastly, I'm going to mention a few things that kind of helped me mentally, and you have to be prepared for the mental battle that's going to come along with this journey. So I'm going to share a few questions I would always ask myself before I ever indulged in a bad habit, because with this, you're gonna have to say no to a lot of things, and you're gonna have to hold yourself accountable to a lot of things to get to the end result. It's just a part of the process of breaking those old habits that you no longer want to continue to have. So the number one question I always ask myself when it comes to my eating habits is this worth it? Is this gonna benefit me in my long-term goal, or is this just a short-term fix? And if it's not, you gotta put it down. You gotta say no, because we have a greater goal. Another question I ask myself is, am I hungry or am I just bored? This question right here literally is top tier when it comes to weight loss. Are you hungry, or is it just your head? You have to keep asking yourself this question. It's how you're going to break that mental thought of being hungry. I kid you not. You do not need a lot of food in order to be content. And then my last question I always ask is, have I had a cheat meal already? Have you? This is a long-term goal, guys. So you gotta find your balance. Because if you did, then you don't need to be having another one. You can wait a little while. I promise you that food ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be there. Last thing I wanna mention is calorie counting. Do not run yourself ragged worried about calorie counting, especially in the beginning. I always say that just starting out, just remove the things that you know you can take out of the equation, that you can live without, and the things that you know that you can't, just have in moderation. But I do suggest planning out your meals in order to know how many calories you're going to intake when it comes to limiting your meals. Just because you have one large meal and 2 small meals, that one large meal can be over the amount of calories that you do want to intake. That's the only thing that I really want to mention regarding calories, is it's not really about the calories, it's about how much food you eat, really. Because you can have the same amount of calories in healthy food than you can in fast food, but you know, one is gonna fill you up and give you more nutrition over a long period of time. So like I said, it's all in what you eat and how much of it you have. So that is it for this video, guys. I have enjoyed sharing all of this information with you guys. If you do have any other questions or concerns, you can put them in the comment section down below, as well as DM me on Instagram or Twitter, or wherever you decide to contact me. I'm always answering questions and I'm always replying to my friends and my followers, just because you guys are my friends as well, and I want to share with you as much as I can, because this is a huge part of my life. Like I mentioned, I'm very passionate about my lifestyle, and if I can share and give a little tidbit to somebody else to help change your life or somebody else's life. But that is it, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you have subscribed, because you've watched this entire video and I want you to be here with me for my next video. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching and supporting me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.